When a company like Tesla eliminates 4,000 jobs overnight, this is not a surprise. This is not mismanagement. This is not a short-term correction, and it is definitely not an emotional decision. This is a calculation that was made months, sometimes years, in advance. Because companies do not wake up one morning and decide to cut thousands of workers. They do it when the system they operate inside becomes mathematically impossible to justify. And when that happens, no press conference can stop it. No political speech can reverse it. No ideology can negotiate with numbers. What you are about to hear is not a story about layoffs. It is a story about what happens when an economic system quietly breaks and keeps functioning just long enough for people not to notice. Part 1. The night the numbers spoke. On April 15, 2024, Tesla executed one of the largest single-night workforce reductions in California's modern industrial history. Nearly 4,000 permanent jobs were eliminated. Not phased, not experimental, permanent. Official WARN filings confirmed 3,933 layoffs, scheduled with clinical precision, effective in June. The epicenter was Fremont, Tesla's flagship factory and the most productive automobile plant in the United States. More than 2,600 jobs disappeared from that location alone. Palo Alto lost hundreds of engineering roles. Lathrop's battery and logistics operations were cut deeply. Smaller facilities were not spared. This was not a selective trim. It was a structural reset, and Tesla paid for it. Approximately $583 million in severance and termination costs. Companies do not absorb costs like that unless the alternative is worse. The public explanation was familiar. Restructuring, efficiency, long-term competitiveness. But those words hide more than they explain. Because Tesla was not collapsing. Production did not stop. Demand did not disappear. What changed was the environment around the company. Within hours of the layoffs, two high-profile executives exited. Drew Baglino, a senior vice president who had shaped Tesla's battery systems and powertrain engineering for nearly 2 decades, resigned. Rohan Patel, the executive responsible for public policy, incentives, and government relations, also left. That combination matters. When technical leadership and regulatory leadership exit simultaneously, it signals that the internal equation has shifted. Not emotionally, structurally. Employees did not learn through meetings. They did not learn through managers. They learned through emails. Some while commuting. Some after arriving at factory gates that would no longer open. The speed was part of the message. This was not negotiable. And while the headlines focused on Tesla, the real impact began spreading outward. Because manufacturing does not exist in isolation. Every manufacturing job supports additional jobs in logistics, suppliers, maintenance, transportation, food services, and local retail. Economists estimate that each direct factory job supports at least half another job elsewhere. By that logic, Tesla's layoffs did not eliminate 4,000 jobs. They threatened closer to 6,000 across California. Supplier orders slowed overnight. Shift hours were reduced. Equipment upgrades were canceled. Small machine shops, some tied to Fremont for decades, froze hiring or shut down entirely. A supply chain executive described it bluntly. When Tesla pulls back, the shock doesn't stop at the factory walls. Cities feel it next. In Fremont, officials projected a potential 50% decline in local sales tax revenue near the plant. That means delayed infrastructure repairs, strained city services, frozen development plans. This is how industrial decline actually begins, quietly, locally, invisibly. Tesla's decision did not come out of nowhere. California has been losing manufacturing capacity for years. Since 2022 alone, roughly 90,000 manufacturing jobs have disappeared. Since the year 2000, that number exceeds 600,000. The largest loss of any U.S. state. Food processors, plastics plants, beverage facilities, mid-sized manufacturers. Each closure adds friction. Each exit compounds uncertainty. And beneath every announcement lies the same silent calculation. Strip away emotion. Look at the numbers. Industrial electricity in California averages over 28 cents per kilowatt hour. In Texas, that number is roughly 9 cents. For large manufacturing facilities, that difference translates into millions of dollars per year. Labor adds another layer. California's manufacturing wages are among the highest in the nation. Mandatory reclassification laws increase payroll costs by 20 to 30%. Compliance complexity adds overhead. Taxes compound everything. California's top personal income tax rate exceeds 14%. Corporate tax approaches 9%. Texas has no state income tax. In national business climate rankings, California sits near the bottom. Texas ranks near the top. This is not ideology. This is arithmetic. While California adds layers, competing states remove them. Texas, Arizona, and Nevada aggressively court manufacturers. Texas offers long-term property tax abatements reaching 100%. Nevada cuts equipment and business taxes. Arizona runs one of the lowest flat tax rates in the country. Since 2018, Texas has captured a significant share of major California corporate relocations. Tesla understands this reality well. Its Austin Gigafactory secured incentive packages worth hundreds of millions over time. Meanwhile, California operations increasingly rely on regulatory credits that decline as competitors catch up. At some point, incentives outweigh history. Capital does not argue. Lowering energy costs would require rewriting decades of policy. Reducing labor mandates faces political resistance. Cutting taxes collides with persistent budget deficits exceeding $50 billion. Every lever is blocked by another interest group. The system stalls. Federal projections show California manufacturing slowly declining through the next decade, while growth accelerates elsewhere. The Fremont plant remains open. But trends do not need announcements. They only need time. This is where most commentary fails. They argue personalities. They argue politics. They argue headlines. But systems do not respond to speeches. This is not about Tesla. It is about cost structures, regulatory accumulation, energy policy, labor economics. When those variables drift too far apart, decisions become inevitable. Every lost job represents a family, a community, a future recalculated. If nothing changes, this is not a temporary cycle. It becomes a legacy, not of innovation, but of structural refusal to adapt. Because when the numbers no longer work, even the most iconic companies do not debate.